Hey YouTube, so we're gonna install some airbags in my truck. I just got a cap and I plan on loading this thing up in the summer to put a mattress in it and camp in it. And I'm gonna be towing some stuff too in the future. And I have a leveling kit, as you can see, which when you load it up, it sits level, so it squats naturally. When you have it leveled, I mean, it takes away from the truck. But if you put airbags in, you can solve that. So we're going to see how it'll ride with airbags and a leveling kit. Apparently it shouldn't be bad from what I've read on forums, but anyways, we'll get to it. I got to let this thing, it was going to be a few days, it's like -10 here, and it's going to be a few days before it gets above that I can wash it, so I decided to bring it in and let it melt tonight. I only had a little bit in the wheel wells, so I'll let that melt out tonight. But what I'm not going to film is me going in behind and punching these out, so we'll punch them out. There's 3 of them in there, and you got your ones around here that you're going to do. I don't even know how many there are. There's a bit of crap on there. But anyways, I won't film that because I'm sure you can figure that out. So we'll get to banging those out and yanking them out. I'll show you the kit here. So here's the kit. I ended up going with the airlift kit, the LoadLIFTER 5000. If you got a 94 to 02 Dodge, it is the part number right here, 57215 is what you want to order. It will fit your truck. So anyways, we got the 2 top brackets here. We're going to assemble them and get them ready to go in the truck. You got your roll pant, or whatever you call them. Anyways, they go on the end here, the caps for them. We'll get them put on, mocked up on all of our brackets, and then we'll get to putting them in the truck. So I'm gonna let this thing melt off overnight tonight, and then I'm gonna come back out in the morning and start installing them. Okay, so I got it into here tonight yet. Just screwing around with some stuff. So they give you a thing of airline with the 2 hoses on the end, or the 2 Schrader valves there. So they give it to you all in one length, so I cut that in half because I wanted to test it. So anyways, you tighten this up. This is supposed to be just says finger tighten, and then 1.5 turns, because this can pivot 180 degrees. So anyways, I just torqued it up a good amount. Whatever, it was pretty hard to just do 1.5 turns on that little guy. You couldn't even like get it started. So I mean, you can go in a fair ways. So anyways, you get these mocked up, and then you get the bottom ones on. You can only put this on one way, I'm pretty sure. Alright, wheel wells are out, or one is. Let me know if you guys have the same problem. Shoot me a comment. But I've noticed this on my truck. I don't know if it's from heat or what. I mean, it shouldn't be, but I don't know if yours do this or not. But see how this is really like cupped in there, that center, how it gets, I mean, real close to the tire. I mean, I'm running 285s on this thing, 33-inch tire. I mean, it's just nice, and I mean, if I do go to another bigger rim, it's going to be sticking out farther. It's not going to be backspaced anymore, so I don't have to worry about it. But I'm still going to try and straighten them, because I think I have to push this middle one out a little bit with the airbag in, and it's got and it's going to push it into the tire maybe. So I'm going to try and heat it up or something and bend it back out somehow. Or maybe you have to reinforce it from the back or something, I don't know. But anyways, I like the looks of them inside rather than being able to see the leaf springs and everything. Oh yeah, and this is the rivets that you're supposed to punch out. Here, I'll try and get to a better light here. So that's them there. That thing, I mean, in theory, yeah, you should be able to punch that and that'll collapse and come out, but it ain't happening. It's withstood life, and yeah, it is pooched. You gotta get new ones of those. So I'm gonna just get some plastic ones from the store. I found like 100 of them on Amazon for $10 or something. So I mean, you can buy these for cheap, and if you're going to be pulling those inner fenders out again, you can use them, or I'm sure you'll find them anywhere else, but they're just plastic rivets. These ones are like this, and what I liked, since those were pulled out once for painting, they had these ones on it too. They're just like a pushing one, which you can actually get your your side cutters on it and pull, just kind of wiggle and pull and get them out from the inside. So yeah, you can reuse those, so I'll be able to reuse them until I get new ones. But yeah, just a quick pointer. Everything else went smooth. If you got mud flaps, you gotta take them off if they're bolted through it, which mine were. And yeah, we'll get to her. Alright everyone, I'm back here in the morning. So what I did here was took my scraper here and just go up to your frame, and I mean I was pretty impressed taking off this 17 years of oil spraying here, and it's just around spot weld, spot weld, spot weld, spot weld, all around. That's only where it's rusted. This is all original paint on it yet, so the oil spraying has worked good. So anyways, I just cleaned it off so we have a good mating surface. Same with the leaves there, clean them up just so it's got a good mating surface there too. I'll show you what I did, because you're gonna have to compact the springs to get in there. So I'll show you what I did here to compact them. So what I did was took a little chunk of airline, and I took a big number 10 screw or something, and just threaded it in there so it would seal, because you're gonna have to compact this, and your measurements have to be the same from here to here and here to here. They want it perfect, like it can't be on an angle like that at all. They want it to have nice revolutions there. So anyways, you got to compact it to get it into the truck, and it's kind of hard with battling it going up and down. So if you have this with the plug, you just push down on here, your air will come out, you just shove that in there, and then there you go. See the difference? It'll stay down wherever you want it. And if you want to bring it up, you, like some guys will use a Schrader valve, but there, you just pull it out and it comes back up. So I'm just going to get it roughly where I want it so I can get it in the truck. You can always pull it out after. So anyways, there you go. We'll get to throwing her in the truck now. Okay, so just take your U-bolts, use the short ones if you got helper springs, and if you don't got the helper springs up here, you could use the long ones that go around the whole leaf pack there. So you can see I centered it up, just measured from each U-bolt out. I mean, it's probably not that important, but I mean, it was 3 3/8 roughly from each, the end of each bracket here to each U-bolt from each end. So I centered that up. Now we got to get to positioning this so it's equal with the bottom on each side, and then we can get to, I'm gonna make sure what's behind the frame yet, and then we gotta drill our pilot hole and then our bigger hole, or maybe just a bigger hole. And they want you to use a spacer in here, a bolt they have, which you would put that in now because you won't be able to get to it after this bracket's in there, obviously. So they want you to do that so that you can put your fender well liner back in, and we'll see how that goes, hopefully well. And they want you to have a thumb's distance between the bag and the frame once it's in, because your bolts are still loose on the top and bottom. I'm sure I could have tightened them up, but it's really not too hard to get in here and tighten them up right now. And I know some of you guys are probably wondering why I still have my tires on. I still personally like working on the truck with the tires on. I feel more comfortable with my head in there and stuff moving around when I know that the truck's sitting on its own weight and it's not going to go anywhere. And I really don't see reason why I have to take the tire off unless I have to do it for drilling, but we'll see when it comes to that. Maybe I will, maybe I won't, but hopefully not. Anyways, we'll get to centering up this bracket and drilling it. Okay, I just wanted to add this in, so if you're concerned about your inner fenders like me, we're just in the middle of kind of bolting it up. I got 2 bolts in the bracket, and yes, they say an hour or 2. I'm at least that into it already, just because I'm screwing around trying to make this thing nice and throw it in. So they give you this bolt and a spacer that's about an inch long spacer, I want to say. But look at this, I got it in and I'll fit it where I want, and no, I'm not cheating any measurements, everything's within spec. See that? Right there, that hole is lined up right there, and I can pretty much push against here with this. Like I showed you earlier, how my fenders are warped. They come out, but I mean I still got a lot of clearance there. And if you look at it like this, you can bend that in so they're just factory. So I'm gonna bend them how they were, and yeah, I don't think we're gonna have any problems with running these. I'll screw around with them after. I'm not gonna even bother putting in that long bolt that they give you. It's not gonna rub on the bag either. So yeah, I don't think we'll have any problems here. So yeah, just a tip for you if you're wondering. Okay, so we're in there. I had both of the two top ones in there. In the back there, I had to do two bottoms. There's a spacer in the back there and a spacer in the front because your frame goes like this. Some Dodges are different. You gotta do top or bottom, whatever. Snugged up these, torque them up, whatever. I still gotta torque up these bolts, and then basically it's just the inner fender. So yeah, we're gonna get to throwing these U-bolts on again, throwing the bolts in, and then we'll get to running our air lines, since this side's basically the same as the other side. Okay, so there we are. One bolt in the back, I did one in the front. Again, I'm going to be able to do one in the bottom, one in the top, and then in the back, two close together. This one won't need a spacer, but your top will because of the indent in the frame. Every frame's different again. We're about a 16th to maybe an 1/8 off or so. Maybe, no, actually about a 16th. When I measured, I'll know better when I tighten up here compared to the other side. So I'm pretty close. I mean, you can't ask for any better than that. It's pretty hard to try to clamp to this outside thing here. Try to clamp to the frame, but it's just so hard to get everything dead on. Once you drill, I mean, if you're I punch it, but then once the drill walk a little bit or whatever. Anyways, it's on there now. So yeah, I'll finish this off, getting these bolts on, and then we'll get to running these airlines. Oh yeah, and watch, you have a brake line in behind there. Mine had been replaced, so I could move it a bit. It has the copper line, so I can push it out of the way. Just be careful. And there's a harness back there in your diff vent. I had mine routed up into there, but just watch everything. So yeah, just something to watch. The other side was a clear shot though, on my truck at least. Little something you can do here is, I got an oil gun here, or you can use just a spray can. Go up and go around that lip all the way around there, and get it in there, because I'm going to put those fender liners back in. The brackets really get rusty, I know from experience, and where I shaved all the oil off the frame, I'm going to re-oil spray that. So it's something you might want to consider while you're in there, just because you can get in behind this stuff with the fender liner out. It's good to get that oiled, make your truck last a little bit longer. Just a little tip. Hope it helps. Up there's the airbag. It's kind of hard to see right now there. But anyways, that's it there. It's close to that fender liner, but not too bad. I'm not going to put that spacer on because they want you to space it out like, I wanted to say like 1.25 inches. But, I mean, tight, it's going to be spaced out, but when it's not tight, it's alright. So just to experiment with it, I left it loose, so as you can see right there, it's lined up. So a little trick you can do, or what I'm going to experiment with, is these spacers they give you for the frame. I had 3 of them left that I didn't use because of my frame. I'm just going to put one of these behind and then just shove the plastic piece through, just so I know it's there. You could glue it to the back. You can just do this with washers, whatever, but that's as much as I'm going to space out mine, and I'll keep an eye on it, make sure it's not rubbing, but anything to keep it from, like they want you to have this here, they want you to have that like out to here, which isn't going to happen. So anyways, we'll just another tip for you. Alright, bags are in and torqued up. I don't have a compressor at the moment, but I'm thinking of buying one because they want so much for a kit, but I can buy the compressor for like 75 bucks online. Then if you get your own gauge, and then you just got to put a Schrader valve on the end so you can bleed out the air to lower it, and you just put a switch in to turn the compressor on, and your bags can go up and down automatically. But for now, I'm bringing it into one. So I bought this tee here off of Amazon. So you don't have to fill each bag separate. I'm gonna run it down and right into the base of here. Because if you're like me, I'd probably go up to somebody's truck. Because I like screwing around with fun stuff like that. And if I see it there, I'd probably bleed off that and lower down their truck a bit or something just to screw with them. But anyways, that's just how I am. So I'm just gonna hide it underneath there in those two holes right there, or the one hole. So I'll tee it and then done. So yeah, that's basically how to do it. We'll do a review on the truck after, how it sits and stuff, how I like it. I can do some reviews of videos if you guys want to see how it is fully up and fully down, whatever. Just let me know, and I'll do one. Thanks for watching, and hopefully you get a better idea on how hard it is to install these things. I've been working on it for a long time, but that's just because I have the time and I want it done right. And yeah, I just wanted it perfect. I don't want to have any problems with it, so I'm doing a nice job of it. But yeah, if you really wanted to rush it, you could throw it in a couple hours if you wanted to, really, or 2 or 3 hours. But yeah, I took a bit more time. So hopefully you liked the video, and if you like videos like this about Dodges and stuff, Cummins oriented, snowmobiling and stuff, shoot me a subscribe, and thanks for watching.